Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the WGLNA Season 2 Finals. We are now about ready to start the third and fourth place match of Simple Tankers versus the Cunninghams. I'm Joshua Clutch Gray, joined on the set, Andre Gritorp Hengshua and Randall Rukil Holcomb. Gentlemen, tough losses for both of these teams. Simple Tankers and Cunninghams performed very well throughout the season and also here in the finals, but now they're going to determine who's going to take home a higher prize pool for the third place, and then our fourth place will take home a nice chunk of change as well.
I think the Cunninghams have just been looking really, really good. Simple Tankers have too, but they fell apart against Fulcrum Gaming pretty convincingly. I don't know if they have any momentum or if they have any confidence going into this fourth match. Cunninghams have been on fire lately. No team has not given the respect to Cunninghams that I've talked to so far. Everybody think it's not a fluke, it's not some sort of one-hit wonder. These guys are here and they're serious business. Now, Simple Tankers, they've been established in the top four, but I think the Cunninghams are going to take it.
Wow, it's an intriguing prediction coming from you, Gritorp. I want to hear what Rukil has to say, though.
They've played a lot of games today, guys. They've played a max series against Simp. Now they have to go up against Simple Tankers, who are well rested and have had time to prepare for this matchup. So I feel like Cunninghams have that disadvantage in that they might be getting a little bit tired. I mean, they've been working pretty hard. They've been playing super hard. They've been playing their minds out.
No rest for champions. And even though none of these guys are going to be crowned the champion for Season 2, they have made it into the top four, and that is an excellent, excellent victory to have personally as individual players and also as a team. And World of Tanks for North America, the esports side is just getting started. This is only Season 2. Season 3 around the corner starting in December. We're going to have another season finals again in February. I'm looking forward to how the seasons are going to progress because we saw a big difference of Season 1 to Season 2 with the amount of play from each of the teams in the top 16 matching each other. Yes, Simp and Fulcrum again are at the top, but once again, this could be anybody's game, and Simp versus Fulcrum for the finals happening a little bit later on. So what's going to happen for the rest of the day? We have the third and fourth place match coming up. After that, we're going to have a fun match between, I think, 14 players on each side, and then we will have the finals. Our host is ready, the beautiful Lauren Elise, for the face-off between the two teams. Lauren, take it away.
Thank you, Clutch. I would like to invite the team captains to the stage, please. All right, so this is the last match of the season for you guys. How do you plan on finishing strong?
Just a nice easy 4-0, you know, it's mini Simp now, so easy peasy.
All right, and you guys are about to face Cunninghams. What's the number one thing on your mind right now?
Ending the season with a win.
Okay.
Not many teams get to do that. We want to do that right now.
And anything else you want to say to him?
Go easy on the hams, boys.
Anything you would like to say to them?
Not really. I want to make a shout out to Will or Lion, who's was the clan commander for Bad and is really the father of this team. So just want to say hi to him and hope he's recovering.
Hi. Hope you're recovering well. All right. I'm going to choose for you guys. You're going to be heads. You're going to be tails. Whoever wins gets to pick the map or can opt to defer. It's heads.
Defer.
Himmelsdorf.
I like you. Spawning point.
We're going to go north, and I want to give a quick shout out to Millard. You're the man. Thanks for training us.
You guys are great. Thank you so much, gentlemen. Take a seat. Good luck. Let's battle.
Thank you very much, Lauren. I'm excited to see what these two teams are going to bring to the table here for the third and fourth place match. Now, the prize difference between the two places is third place will take home $8,000. Fourth place will take home $4,000. These teams are playing for a $4,000 difference. And since we're in the shout-out mood, I'm going to give a shout-out to the Showcase HD, who's been sending in some great pictures over on Twitter. And if you guys are enjoying the WGLNA and you want some game codes or an excellent prize from Razer, like this amazing headset, 7.1 surround sound, definitely send us your tweets with your pictures enjoying WGLNA on Twitter at WGLNA and at Razer. We have a lot more stuff to give away. Make sure to tweet at us. And you can also tweet us as well, at Clutch08, at Gritorp, and at Rukil W's. And I love when people ask me questions about World of Tanks and about esports, because a lot of people are getting into this that are from other games. And the type of play style of this shooter, this tactical shooter, is different compared to other games. And the type of strategy these 7-player teams bring to the different battlefields is really a lot of fun to watch, especially when you understand the fundamentals of the game itself.
Yeah, this game really focuses on your strategies and then also being very competent with how you're playing your tactical game as well. I mean, you need to know a lot of information in order to be that superb tanker that makes it over here to the WGLNA season finals. And we see that consistently. I just like that. The more emphasis on strategy rather than having tactics. You know, a lot of times you see, oh yeah, I'm really good at controlling a controller, but it's more than that. It's how you work as a team. It's how you're operating and fluid and like water. These are the traits that you need to be successful.
Like water indeed. Looks like Ruth Van Carlisle went up there to the stage to be the final team member here, joining Zach Kumi along with Mornblade to the back. Now, one of the highlighting pieces of Simple Tankers is they do switch out their teammates a lot. You have a roster of 10 players, 7 are on the battlefield. They brought their 3 reserves, and with those reserves, they bring different type of gameplay and different type of tank tactics. Mornblade, though, as we see on the screen, this is the Pershing player. Mornblade, he was very successful on the crap tables with me, and he's also a great charm to have when he's in a Pershing. So if you do see Mornblade here in Vegas, and he is on one of the tables, you definitely want to join him. He is a lucky charm.
I wouldn't say a good charm if he's your opponent.
No.
Then he's a very unlucky charm.
You want to stay away.
That is a scary opponent. Of course, their opponents over here will be the Cunninghams, who have been looking, as I've said, so strong throughout the entire season. I really do feel like they are the only team to now contend with Fulcrum Gaming and Simp. And yes, Simple Tankers have made it all the way up here to the top 4 yet again, but I feel like the discrimination skill was very apparent. 4-0, we have the Cunninghams 4-3, very, very close series, as opposed to the Simple Tankers that was very decisive.
It was decisive, and the Cunninghams, since they just got out of their series, they might be a little bit fatigued, but they are in a type of zone, I would say as well, of how well they played on some of the maps. The last map on Steps, not so much with the hesitation. But since they know they're not going to go to the finals, there might be a little bit of relief knowing that, hey, at least we can score $8,000 in 3rd place. Himmelsdorf between the 2 teams, Cunninghams with 60%, Simple Tankers at 57%, almost even, and almost even on the average first kill, about 10-second difference between the 2 teams. Now this map, what we saw earlier, a hill play, did happen, which was counter to what Rookhill said, and the south side
Caster
seems
curse,
to have,
man.
it has, the commentator curse, 56% south rate. But more your thoughts on this map and what we've seen throughout the entire series, Randall.
I really liked the strategy we saw out of Cunningham's last series against Simp. I love that the way they played the west side. They, of course, won that little battle, but it was well played. It showed everything it needed to. They took apart their opponent. If Simple Tankers plays anything in the middle, and we see that same Cunningham's west side story, I feel like the Cunninghams will be very well prepared for anything not hill play. Hill play, though, will polarize these 2 strats and 2 teams, giving us a really slow battle to start off the series.
Well, a slow battle may be the type of battle that some of these teams want to have to measure up what type of play they're going to bring, be it aggressive, be it defensive, or be it counterintuitive at the 5-minute mark. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and find out who's going to take 3rd place and who's going to take 4th place. Battle number 1 between the Cunninghams and Simple Tankers on Himmelsdorf.
Three 110s and 250 100s, a constant trend with the 110s by the Cunninghams. Against 250 100s, 2 IS-3s, and a Pershing. We've seen this countless times from Simple Tankers. Mornblade in that Pershing.
And what are we seeing here? West side engagements or west side decisions being made from both the teams. Randall, you think it's going to be a head-on collision between the 2 teams here in the west?
Well, I'd hope they'd stall out before colliding like that, because it's just an unpredictable situation to put yourself in if you're just going to charge straight down the line like this. Zakume, though, will have some nice opening shots. Oh, wow, he'll actually take shots in return. Not able to connect, I don't think. No connections yet for the side of Simple Tankers, though. It looks like, yes, No connection still, actually. Wow, they're hitting all sorts of everything.
They
not
are.
tankers.
They are. J Smooth is down 766 as he gets a hit from Commander J, and he's going to back up here and hug the wall. Simple Tankers in a bit of trouble here in the HP battle between the Cunninghams. Cunninghams in the red, Simple Tankers in the blue on
This
the
is
field.
the power of the 110s. Straight on, very difficult to penetrate. And if any of those were 50-100 shots, that's a big problem right there. Countess and Militant, the battle buddies, with Silent Demise right behind there. This is looking so good. Look at how much position has been taken up, and they don't even have a good crossfire. Simple Tankers don't have a good crossfire on this incoming engagement.
And now J Smooth's going to lead the charge of the retreat from the corner there as the Cunninghams are going to continue to push up the west side. They're going to cross the EF line into the enemy territory as Simple Tankers is going to move down the 5-6 line, or at least in the western quadrant. Now some more shots are being traded.
A few bounces going back and forth, but Countess knows he will reload before these IS-3s. He will get a second shot off, but look, they have spotted a 5100 Pug Whisperer, and he has pulled some guns. Now Countess, distracted, has not been able to put out any connections, and goes down to 379 hit points.
Look at this cool little flank, though. Commander J is coming on around. Taka 001 as well. Pub Whisperer knows he needs to get the heck out of there, and he is rounding the bend a little bit, giving a more time to get his shots off. But Pub Whisperer will go down very soon.
Simple Tankers now the cleanup crew here as Countess is so low, and Zakumi and his IS-3 is going to clean that up, and he is able to take it. Militant 83 in the 110, though, is going to trade fire, and that one is going to try to land against Warmblade. Commander J gets the kill against Pub Whisper, and Zakumi is going to continue his push down the line into Militant 83 as J Smooth gets a good pincer attack. Zakumi with a beautiful shot takes down Militant 83. And now he's going to turn and focus his fire into the north side. But Taka 001 is at full HP along with Commander J.
But they've fired about half of their clips each, and now they will be they'll either reload early, or they'll just they'll have a lot of trouble because there's too many tanks with too much health for them to deal with. They need to get a reload in, but it's incredibly risky for them to try and do that at this point, and it looks like Taka is going to just run as far east as he can, so he's probably hit reload, and hopefully he will be able to get it out. And that's their only hope. They have to get 2 full clips in, and then they can maybe bring it back.
Oh, they absolutely will be. I mean, look at how low everybody is. Mornblade, he's the consistent fire. Disregard him, go for Zakume, go for J Smooth, take them out very quickly, and from there you can do some work. J Smooth, they know, is all the way down on the side. Zakume spotted out, and now Mornblade will engage against Taka 001. But it's a 2v1 an unfair fight. Nice shot from the side, though. Mornblade will be tracked for a little bit. Commander J takes damage, but he rounds the corner, so it isolates him from everybody else. 9 hit points, and down he goes. Cap has been initiated by J Smooth on the other side. Will the IS-3, will Zakume be able to provide enough time? 1 minute and 20 seconds on the clock.
Zakumi needs 2 track shots here to slow him down at least, and then try to do some damage. 1 shot fires to miss against Taka 001. Zakumi is now going to be on the chase, or on the run from the chase of Taka 001 here. Around the corner comes Taka, trying to land another shot in the 5100.
Commander J will have the shot, and he will finish off the IS-3.
Nice. Now it's 2v1, 2 5100s against a single J Smooth. Things are good. Life is good for the Cunninghams right now.
And they're going to push down to the south, passing the courtyard. J Smooth going to hug the wall here. He's trying to get closer to the wall. 51 seconds left on the flag cap here. J Smooth is going to have to target 1 tank at a time, and maybe with a little bit of luck, force the engagement outside of the open area, and he's going to actually push in against Commander J, while the other tank, Taka 001, is going to try to move it from behind Commander J. The only way is forward, and he's going to go forward, or J Smooth, the only way is forward, he's going to go forward against Commander J here, and he goes down. The Cunninghams lock down battle number 1 in the 3rd, 4th place match.
Some great stuff coming out of the Cunninghams. I really liked it overall. I felt like Pub Whisperer, he could have held his shot a little bit longer when he's up in the northwest quadrant. Don't reveal yourself. Let your opponents get way out of position. But as soon as that reveal happens, Taka and the other 5100 move into position, take him out, or at least force him out of the way. Then you have great shots. They're able to do a lot more. 5100 staying alive for a lot longer. They get their second reload. Now they're doing another 1800 average damage if they connect all their shots. That's a scary thing to think about. What it comes down to was it was good tanking overall, but using the 110s to their maximum capabilities. I really like that. I would love to see, I don't know for certain, but the detailed reports, let's just look at the 110s. How much damage do they soaked up? Let's go into detailed right now. Countess, as you can see, 2250 potential damage received, 2300 potential damage received, 3870 potential damage received. This is how you play the 110s. You go straight down the west. Your front, your Shuka is just making it so hard for IS-3s, for 5100s to penetrate that. IS-3s can't do that. They can't engage against that, so they have to disengage. I felt like the Cunninghams played that perfectly, and Simple Tankers just didn't know how to respond.
Tip of the spear.
Yep. It was just, and I felt like maybe the 110s could have been used better still. They soaked up plenty of damage, but it was the 5100s that I felt like saved that battle. They were able to escape, able to get the reload that was crucial to victory. Without that reload, they'd held on to shots that they had not fired already, because each of them had fired 3 or 4 shots each, I think, right in the initial engagement, not able to put out their full clip before having to reload, and they're lucky to have actually escaped to the east. It's just amazing how they were able to cross, 150 meters of open ground without taking hits.
That's right. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, the 3rd and 4th place matchup continues, the Cunninghams versus Simple Tankers, after this. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the WGLNA Season 2 Finals. Continuing on the 3rd and 4th place match, the Cunninghams took battle number 1 on Himmelsdorf. The next battle is going to be on Prohorovka. I hope I said that right. If not, Soviet's going to correct me once again. But this is a map, again, I've said multiple times, we've seen an evolution into more draw play because of the choices of sometimes bringing tank destroyers. And we haven't seen any tank destroyers brought to the maps yet except for the shootouts.
Well,
Will we see it?
You're right, but I'm gonna pseudo disagree.
Sure.
The 416, right? Like, you can kind of see that as the in-between of a medium and a TD.
Okay.
Of course, technically it's not called a TD, but I'm going to say that's the closest that we're getting on Prokhorovka. And I really like the 416 on this map. It makes a lot of sense. You use it the same way you would normally use a tank destroyer. You just shove it into a corner and let them have free reign on anybody that tries to push in. The good part about the 416, though, Clutch, is the speed, the traverse speed, the ability to have that low profile to make it very hard for your opponents to take those shots. And when you're running very 1390 heavy and T69s are kind of moved away from, it's hard to get shots on those very low profile tanks.
Well, as I said earlier during the group play of this season, Cunninghams brought some T-32s very effectively against Bernal Empires. But as we see in the stats, Cunninghams up to 60% win rate, Simple Tankers 0% win rate for Season 2. So just based on the numbers, the Cunninghams is going to have an advantage here. But overall for the map, the north versus south side, we do see a lot of engagement so far at the finals here. But this is the most even win rate for all the maps that are in the pool play.
I would agree. I would definitely agree. And it comes down to how you want to play it out. We see a lot of hesitation on this map. I think this is the #1 map where we have the most hesitation. This is also the #1 map where we have, as you said, the most draws. So it kind of makes sense, right? People don't really want to commit because of how defensive you can be, especially with the changing meta, Pershings being so powerful on this map. Of course, their traverse speed, not only that, their hold down position makes it very hard for those 1390s to connect the right shots and penetrate.
Gentlemen, it's time for battle number 2 between the Cunninghams and Simple Tankers. Go ahead and jump into the game. The battle is going to take place on Prohorovka.
No 416s, but we have 3 Pershings and 2 1390s for Simple Tankers. The other side, 1 Pershing, 2 T69s, and 2 1390s. What's better, 2 T69s and a Pershing, or 3 Pershings? We're going to find out that answer.
That is a very good question, but the correct answer when it comes to America is that they're American-made tanks. But the T69 with the autoloader function, compared to the Pershing with a consistent fire, it really comes down to what type of flanking maneuvers can you perform as a team, and will the Pershings be able to hold out against a lot of that fire directed towards them as the finisher, as the T69s move in.
Millicent taking damage already. Pershings are going to engage as well. J-Smooth down to 727 hit points. Needs to be so careful, and they're just getting surrounded in this bowl. But I think the Cunninghams, I'm going to say they need to be careful, but
The
somehow
Cunninghams
they're
are
crushing.
countering this position. They've got a 1390 shoved in the perfect position, and Zakume, as long as he remains spotted, should be taking fire from 1390s all the way, well, a 1390 in each one.
Well, he tries to take a shot against Countess and the other Pershing, and Mournblade's going to push up in his Pershing. This is going to be a big win against Taka 001 if they're able to get the kill against the T-69, and Executus is going to move in for another shot on the move, but it looks like that one bounced, and Zakumi is going to be in some trouble, but Executus takes down Taka, and Mournblade's going to push right into Militant 83.
They're doing this to take advantage of the T-69's clipping. They did a good job, but is it going to be enough? Looks like one big kill out for the Cunninghams yet again. You can see this crossfire. Silent Demise playing a pivotal role. Commander J, another tank that's playing a pivotal role.
Huge
Countess
hit.
down to 11 hit points. Down he goes. It's two 1390s versus two 1390s. But the HP advantage is out for the Cunninghams.
Yep, the Sybil Tankers, Executus, and Pub Whisperer still taking a little bit of damage here. As Pub Whisperer, another shot again, I believe, from that L-Tractor. And another hit trying to ring against. Another shot from the L-Tractor. Pub Whisperer is down at least another 100 HP from that. And a collision, removing 3 HP from both tanks here. And now Pub Whisperer still under attack. Is going to be just under the deviation point.
And here
past
comes
these
Commander
trees.
J, and he will ram and miss Pub Whisperer.
A little bit of a collision here, but he does miss the shot. But he gets the second one. Executus and Silent Demise now in the dance of death, going back and forth. Commander J misses a shot against Executus. Executus takes another one from Silent Demise. The L-Tractor from A. Martin tries to get another shot, and Silent Demise takes down Executus. Only one tank left, that's Endurus. 4 Simple Tankers, and the Cunningham's going to be on the chase to secure battle number 2 on Prohorovka.
You're absolutely right. Root kill. It was a great hard counter. 1390s in perfect position, getting that crossfire, acting as like the TDs, the mobile TDs, then cleaning it up. Beautiful play out from the Cunninghams. A great response to a west side push.
And going off more of what Randall said, the position in that bowl, striking down those Pershings. Now, Mournblade did move in to try to get the collision kill, and he did, but he took too much damage and he died very instantaneously afterwards. And because of the speed, the traverse speed of the 1390s getting around those medium tanks, there wasn't much the Pershings could have done there.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that was the same strat Simple Tankers ran the last time we saw them on Prohorovka. Is that the same strat? I believe it was. They very aggressively took the bull in the middle of the map, trying to just get that position, and they pay for it. They have to pay for it every time. Every team will punish them for trying to take that, but they judge generally that they can get away with it. This time, we saw Cunninghams prepared for this, and I'm actually surprised that they were so well prepared, and they were able to put out plenty of damage, making them pay way too much in order to take a middle position, and then it wasn't strong because there wasn't enough hit points and there wasn't enough damage coming out or hit points in that position to make it worth it.
It's a gamble. It's a gamble to play that type of aggression. And, you know, it pays off a number of times. But since we're in Vegas, if you're going to gamble, you have to be prepared to lose. And unfortunately, Simple Tankers was not able to win out that fight. They are now down 0-2 right now against the Cunninghams. The Cunninghams needs only 2 more victories in order to secure an $8,000 prize pool in 3rd place. Simple Tankers is guaranteed at least $4,000, making it to 4th. But they want that extra $4,000. And hopefully they're not going to put it on red.
Yeah, it would be very, very sad for them to be 4th place twice in a row.
Yeah.
I mean, they're so close to always beating their opponents at the very finals. I mean, you always have those close series. This time it was Pub Stars. Last time it was Fulcrum Gaming. Now they're in a position again where they need to come back. They need to rally back. And against the Cunninghams, they've shown they know how to play off an advantage.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a break, but when we come back, it is the next battle of the Cunninghams versus Simple Tankers in the 3rd and 4th place match. After that, will be a fun match, and then the finals of Fulcrum versus Simp. Stay tuned. WGLNA will continue after. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the WGLNA Season 2 Finals. We're currently in the 3rd and 4th place match. The Cunninghams are up 2-0 over Simple Tankers. The next battle is going to take place on Ensk. Going to throw it on over to Randall. Ensk, one more time, we're going to see this engagement between teams of high caliber. But what type of high caliber play will we see on this map?
I'm really expecting, like I've been saying all day, to see 6-line pushes, 6-line play. We've seen Object 416s a few times. We saw some great play. I loved it by Fulcrum, just focusing around the 6-line and treating it and respecting it like the most important part of the map. This is a different approach than we're used to from Ensk, and I think other teams are beginning to pick up on that same mentality and approach to this map.
Would you agree, Gritor?
Yes, I think the 6-line play is the most important thing you have to concentrate on. You can see that Cunninghams really abused that in the last battle against Fulcrum Gaming. Now, it didn't work out for them. They went for a screen, and then they had to overall brawl, which is very unfortunate, a change of plans that they did not expect, but it looked very sharp. The initiation was good, and we're going to find out on Ensk right now if they can do it over here against Simple Tankers.
Let's do it, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for battle number 3 on Ents between the Cunninghams and Simple Tankers. $4,000 difference is on the line.
Looking at tanks, we have a 110, two 5100s, an IS-3, and a Pershing from Simple Tankers. On the other side, two 5100s, two IS-3s, and a 416 being chosen. I love the 416 choice. Countess going to be sporting that yet again.
Actually, Countess is spotted right off the bat, and Mournblade will put a shot out, but he will not connect. Look at the position of Countess. I really don't agree with playing the 6-line like this, putting yourself on the train tracks. There's room, I feel like, here for a connection. Like, I feel like Mournblade can connect with this, and I also feel like the escape routes for the 416 in this position are inferior to that of a position slightly to his west.
And him being here, there's actually a shot that you can take snaking down the train tracks right here in the middle. And as you can see just on the mini-map, there is a heavy tank that's positioned to do shots like that. So Countess realized that, he backs up all the way, gets out of being spotted, and he will be fine.
Pub Whisper took some initial damage at the beginning of the map. Enderus in the T1's going to scout that one line, but no push is going to happen from the Cunninghams yet. And as you guys are talking about the 416 in that position, I like to see what type of counter happens when that position is played from the 1, 2, 3 line. We've seen that a couple times where the north side can push down and try to trade some fire if that is that big push from the south. But from the north, we're not seeing anyone move past that E line to try to commit into the side of Cunningham's. Cunningham's staying way to the south here. But as we talked about multiple times of the road most traveled, yes, we've seen it a lot. It's very effective. I want to see some east side play because these teams have been playing so much down the 6 line that it's not really thought of. It's not really scouted upon. And yes, it may not be the most effective, but if your opponent is not expecting it at all, a surprise is super effective no matter how you execute it.
Shots out on Executus will not ring true. 3 shot. There it is, finally, double tap. IS-3 needs to be so careful. Commander J and Militant 83 are the ones to take those.
And A. Martin and the Lull Tractor will peek out on Mournblade, making Mournblade actually fire a shot into a train car and allowing Countess, actually Countess will take some hits, Taka taking a hit, and Mournblade will finally take some damage, finally see some connections. This 416 looks like it's having trouble shooting over the train cars.
It's really difficult since his profile is so small, so low to the ground. Mournblade in that Pershing trying to get another hit on the move against Militant or Silent Demise does not land, but he's going to try to go for a flank maybe against this IS-3. No, Militant's going to see him, but they're going to trade fire. Mournblade is low on HP at 329 as Silent Demise from the south is going to push in against him as Militant 83 is going to continue to try to get some fire against him, and Countess to the north, and that Object 416 is going to get low, but there goes Mournblade, and Pub Whisper gets the kill against Countess. And another shot from Pub Whisper right under the train, right under the cargo car. He gets the kill. Taka 001 in some trouble here from the Cunninghams. He's going to fall back a bit. We're trying to line up another shot, maybe through those oil drum cars. No, it's not going to land. And Executus in the IS-3 at 485. He's going to stay in that position as Pub Whisper is going to whip around towards the one line along with the light tanks to see if he can get some flank fire against the Cunninghams.
So a lot of damage has been done, so it's not like Simple Tankers are simply ahead from here. They're actually very even. If you look at the points, it's 34 to 33. So things aren't looking all too great, in my opinion, for Simple Tankers yet again. As you can see, just looking at the health bars, yes, Militant is down. Silent Demise and Taka have taken a little bit of damage, but Executus is definitely really, really low, and you want your IS-3s alive as best as possible. Things are just really tough.
Oh, and Taka will be spotted by Kopanic, and Kopanic in response is also spotted. This T1 advantage, though, could be used. I really think they should use this T1 advantage. I really think this is the part where we see
Pub Whisperer.
Simple Tankers take this battle back.
Pub Whisperer gets a nice first shot, and he's going to reveal his position.
Kill Panic getting a couple hits against Taka 001 there in the T1. He's going to fall back. And Commander J cruising around to the other side here. Enderus in that T1 still going to try to spot, but all of the tanks here are spotted except for Trireme. Commander J gets the kill, gets Enderus, and now Pub Whisperer is going to be up against another 5100. Taka 001 cruising around the corner here, trying to land another shot against Pub Whisperer, but the Commander J gets the kill and ramming damage here. And now Executus is going to be in the center line in the IS-3 along with Zakumi, trying to trade some shots in that 110 and the IS-3. Silent Demise still alive at 842 HP. Executus rounding the corner here. Shots fired, but it's a miss. Silent Demise gets a hit. 15 HP left on Executus. One shot away from being taken down here.
Zakumi needs to block. Can he
trying
do
to
it?
get in front of him. No,
he can't.
Silent Demise gets right through that corner
Get that
here.
shot, and he's not going to get it. Oh my gosh.
Zakumi gets that beautiful shot on the side, but here comes Milton 83. He's going to go for the ram damage. No, he's going to go straight for the kill against Zakumi, and then the ram damage against Executus. Executus, the last tank left alive that can do any damage here for Civil Tankers. Milton 83 is going to line up that last shot. Commander J in the 5100 trying to line it up as well, and boom, goes the Dynamite. Milton 83 is able to take him down, and that's the last kill with Kill Panic, and Cunninghams is able to take battle number 3.
Just very decisive stuff. Even when it looked a little bit more even, I mean, you could see Simple Tankers trying to do something, trying to get an additional crossfire, but it just wasn't good enough, and it was too far. It was too isolated. They could not support that 5100. It was 2 T1s and a single 5100 against 2 fresher 5100s. That's not a good position. I mean, one of the 5100s were kind of low, but it's still not going to be able to do enough, right? You still have to go through that other 5100. You're behind in damage output. You will end up dying from there. It's just a trickle effect. They can't punish the IS-3s or an overmatch in the center. Things just look great overall for the Cunninghams.
They're one battle away from taking home $8,000. And we've seen multiple teams be up, I mean, just straight up, one battle away from winning it, and then some teams have come back. And, you know, Game Over is one of the teams in Season 2 that we saw some beautiful comebacks. Now, they were a team from Brazil. Unfortunately, they did not make it into the Season 2 finals, but in World of Tanks, in these best of 7s now, instead of best of 5s, anything is possible. And if there's one team that could do it against the Cunninghams, it is Simple Tankers. I am thoroughly impressed with how well the Cunninghams have been doing in group play and now in the finals. Can they take it one more game, Randall?
I really feel like Cunninghams are going to win this out. They've just been playing much better than Simple Tankers. Simple Tankers feels demoralized. It feels like they're trying things, but that it's not as concise or well thought through as the Cunninghams. Like, they're just trying to come up with some new stuff. The push down the one line that we saw with 2 T1s, guided by a 5100, was interesting, but we can see how it failed. And with that failure to make a successful push with 2 T1s and a 5100, you actually had an overmatch on the other side of the map that didn't get capitalized on at all, and that fight did not go well. It actually ended a little bit after with Commander J rejoining the fight. He was able to come all the way across half the map and clean up. So it was just a matter of not being able to finish up a fight quick enough, not being able to capitalize on your advantages.
The Cunninghams are one battle away from winning the 3rd place prize of $8,000, or Simple Tankers is 4 battles away from being one of the greatest comebacks that we've ever seen in the finals here at the WGLNA. Stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. We'll continue after this quick commercial break. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the WGLNA Season 2 Finals live from Las Vegas. A special shout out to the European guys watching us, especially Pansy, one of the commentators over there in Europe. It's beautiful to see so many of these different teams compete in their different leagues and regions around the world and what America has to offer. And later on, we're going to see the finals of the 2 best teams in North America, Simp versus Fulcrum Gaming. Right now, we're in the 3rd and 4th place matchup of the Cunninghams versus Simple Tankers. The Cunninghams, one battle away from taking the entire series.
I think they will do it too. This sweep kind of feels very dominant so far. 3-0 and all the games haven't even been, well, I mean, I guess you can say they've been close sometimes, but when it comes down to the final times, it's always the Cunninghams that are able to make those split-second decisions to take the match very convincingly. And I'm worried for Simple Tankers. I mean, it's not just a tactical problem, but it's getting to be the strategical problems. They're trying to take risks that have very bad equity overall. It's not going to work the majority of the times that they do it. They need to play a lot more standardized. I understand they're trying to mix it up a lot. They're trying to throw the Cunninghams off their toes a little bit. But at this point, I think if we just see the regular standard simple tankers, yes, they have complex strategies, but just tone it down a little bit, they're going to be a lot better.
Play simple. Play simple is what they need to do. Play simple.
Like
well,
your tanks.
When it comes down to the next map, which is going to be Himmelsdorf, playing simple means not overextending yourselves. And that's what some of these teams have done that have not been as fruitful. But what we saw earlier on in this series, or in multiple series into the finals, that the Cunninghams performed very well on this map, but Simple Tankers doesn't do that bad of a job either, except at a 57% win rate out of 7 games. The Cunninghams do have a bit of an advantage, but we're going to find out if the Cunninghams can close out the series. The last battle could be on Himmelsdorf, ladies and gentlemen. Battle number 4 for the 3rd and 4th place match. Simple Tankers versus Cunninghams. Let's battle.
$110, 250, 100s, an IS-3, and a Tiger 2 yet again. They're trying this with Mournblade. Countess, or not Countess, but 3 110s and 250, 100s for the team of the Cunninghams. I'm really, really interested to see how this Tiger 2 is going to perform. Last time, didn't work out so well against Fulcrum Gaming, but you can clearly see that wasn't just like a flash in the pan. They've trained this, they've practiced this, and they want to showcase how good the Tiger 2 is.
The Tiger 2, not really a brawling tank, at least in terms of effectiveness, but it does deal a significant amount of damage. Zakumi, the 110 on that western approach, is going to scout out Countess in his 110. Executus in the IS-3 is going to be the point man up to the front. He will see Taka 001. Taka takes a first hit against the IS-3, but he returns fire. The 5100 is going to be blocked from the rest of Executus' teammates to try to get some shots against him. And the isolation is going to happen as the Cunninghams stream down to the side here, and Executus will be the first to fall, as the rest of Simple Tankers is going to have to adjust themselves and try to trade some fire between the rest of the push here from Cunningham.
Beautiful decision making, noticing that Pub Whisper, J Smooth, and Zakume are way, way far away. Just isolating that single IS-3 was such an easy decision, and now Mournblade is going to be taken out, and they need to desperately keep him alive, although the big advantages that the Tiger 2 had are already eliminated. Oh, Silent Demise gets burned down, and
J
from
Smooth
behind.
with a double kill, getting Silent and Taka in the rear here, and Commander J is down to 169 hit points. They've completely decimated this push, and for a moment I thought they would actually succeed, but they stopped. They fell short.
Yeah.
And
you need to keep going. You can't let that surround happen. J Smooth, pivotal in that last engagement. Some great stuff coming out of the Cunninghams, but even better stuff with that attack.
J Smooth in that 5100 now pushing down to the south against A Martin 223. L Tractor goes down from Kill Panic. Only one tank left alive that can do any damage. His name is Countess in that 110. Pub Whisper and J Smooth, the MVPs of this matchup, with a consistent fire and a great flank fire in that G, H, and J section on the 1, 2, or the 2, 3, and 4 line, actually. Zakumi now spreading down to the south here in that 110. Is he going to go for the chase? No, he's going to play a little bit safe here, allowing Endress in the T1 to scout out where is this guy. They're pinging the map here saying this is where he's going to be. Let's head him off down the G line and get the kill here, guys, as Trireme is the only tank after Countess in the tier 8 that they're going to have to deal with.
7 minutes left, so there's no there's no chance Countess can really draw this out. He needs to kill all 5 tanks in order for him to live, or 4 tanks, I'm sorry, and that's not too probable here.
Countess
will take a shot.
Countess able to get one shot against Countess. J Smooth trying to line up a couple of those shots. That one's a bounce. Pub Whisper in the 5100 coming across the other way. 2 more shots go into Countess. Pub Whisper around the corner here, but he doesn't need to get there because he's already dead. J Smooth gets the kill. Now 1 tank is still left alive. Simple Tankers still in the fight. They're going to have to win 3 more in a row after this in order to defeat the Cunninghams here and to take home $8,000. But 1 more tank is on the run, and Kill Panic is going to be in a one-on-one matchup. Does he go down? He does. Trireme holds out against the T1, and he is going to be on the run here. But Simple Tankers can go for the flag cap easily and get the win.
That's right. I mean, it's just a T1, right? That's what it comes down to. But great stuff. Yeah, you know what? Randall mentioned it perfectly. You do not want to be going directly down there. The correct decision would not have been to chase the Tiger 2 straight on, but rather go left, up the G line, and then swing around. You already know where the rest of your opponents are. They're going to have that, they're going to start encircling you completely. They will start to get that great crossfire onto you, and things will go poorly. That's why take the IS-3 advantage, and from there, move on.
Simple Tankers is able to do it. They're able to get one battle down in this series, a best-of-7 series. Still, the Cunninghams is just one battle away from taking the series, but this is the momentum stopper, and we've seen this many times throughout league play, that a team could have 1, 2, 3 victories going on, but then their momentum stops, and they get to choose the map, but the spawn position will go, again, to the loser, and so that map's actually going to be Ruinberg here. Cunninghams, they're still going to be coming from behind, but they could do it. This is a team that brought Simp to the brink to game number 7. They almost made it to the finals, and one battle away, they're still in a great position.
Yeah, I think the Cunninghams obviously still has the giant advantage, but you can't count on Simple Tankers. I know I was saying it the whole time. They did show life right here, but it was at the mistake of the Cunninghams. I want to see if the Cunninghams just standardizes again, says, okay, we're not just going to dirt push into a single area and try to outplay you. If they play their style of play, which we've seen in the last 3 games before this, I think they're still going to take it.
Let's take a quick commercial break. We come back, we'll get Randall's thoughts on the battle so far and the match so far. And maybe Cunninghams can do it, or Simple Tankers will continue their comeback. Stay tuned. The WGLNA Season 2 Finals continues after this. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the WGLNA Season 2 Finals. Live from Las Vegas, we're currently in the 3rd, 4th place match. Simple Tankers has 1 battle victory. The Cunninghams have 3. The Cunninghams is 1 victory away from locking in 3rd place and taking home $8,000. Simple Tankers 1 loss away from going home with $4,000 in 4th place. The next map is Ruinberg.
Ruinberg is, I would say, the map that Simple Tankers choose to win. This is their free win. They've said this before. We've seen this here. We've seen them here multiple times, and they've always been performing excellently. In Season 1, same thing. Now over in Season 2, they're looking very strong. I think they thought of this the most. Now, they did lose to Pup Stars on this map, but overall, I still feel like them playing on the south side, they have a dominating position against their opponents. We'll see if they're able to clean that up right here.
Randall, how does the momentum continue for Simple Tankers on this map? Do you agree with Greetorp? Is this a Simple Tanker map?
I feel like what happened was Cunninghams just felt like they wanted to finish it out very quickly, and so they got very aggressive on Himmelsdorf. Maybe maybe they've been slowed down. They have to play this one much more seriously, but anything could really happen.
Anything can happen indeed. Let's go ahead and jump into battle number 5, ladies and gentlemen, of the 3rd and 4th place match. The Cunninghams versus Simple Tankers.
Here we go. Looking at the tank lineup, a 110, 2 5100s, a Tiger 2, and a 1390. Again, the Tiger 2 out here for Mournblade. On the other side, we have 2 110s, 2 5100s, and a 1390. Really favoring those 110s. Very interesting.
I really enjoy seeing these 110s on the battlefield. It is a change-up, and it is the tip of the spear for a lot of these driving pushes down these lines on a lot of the city-type maps. But this map is split in half, and the 110s may lose a bit of that power, but they're going to be pushing down here the 6 line just past the F crossroads. I also like seeing the WZ-132, but we have not seen that tank at all in the finals here compared to a 1390 because of the traverse speed. However, the 110 is going to be the tank of choice for a lot of these team members here instead of the IS-3. The Commander J is spotted a bit past the Delta Village.
J-Smooth taking a few hits, going down to 529, and he will get into a safer location, but this is a huge advantage going in the favor Actually, a little damage going back towards Militant might actually make this all right. But no, J Smooth is going to go down.
He goes down out of the frying pan and into the fire for J Smooth. He pushed forward into the Delta Village that was controlled by the Cunninghams, and now they're going to have that tier 8 advantage in firepower. Zakumi, a little bit far away in the 110, trying to get some cross shots into the Delta Village, but he cannot push out any farther since the other 110s from Cunninghams can lock down his position. T1s are going to move to the Delta Village to continue to scout for, well, one is going to be left here as Enderus falls to the Cunninghams. Kill Panic is now going to stay in a defensive position in his L tractor close to the flag cap. But there's going to be no pressure coming from the Cunninghams since they are decided to stay to the east side from the 6 to the 0 line down to the south.
Simple Takers can't get out of this position. They have to commit already. Pub Whisperer is now moving on in, and he's kind of doing this alone. I mean, Zakume all the way down the side. I mean, this is just going to, well, he takes out A. Martin there.
Well, that's a waste of a shot, though.
Yeah.
A. Martin could do plenty of damage in a low tractor, but there we go. We're going to lose Pub Whisperer. This looks like GG from here, guys.
Yeah,
Executus in the 1390 is going to be really, he's done for. He's going to get surrounded here over in the Delta Village. The 110s have such an excellent position from the Cunninghams at that 7-6 line.
One hit point, and he goes down.
Countess is still left alive. Taka 001 has taken no damage. Now Zakumi and Mournblade, the only ones that can do damage here. So Mournblade in the Tiger 2, going to try to do some damage. He does against Taka 001, but it's the beginning of the end for Simple Tanker. Silent Demise in the 110 comes around against Zakumi. Zakumi's going to line up his shot against Silent Demise, do some damage as soon as possible. But no, another shot takes place, and his opponent goes down. Silent Demise in the 110 now going to focus his fire against Mournblade. Mournblade's going to get completely surrounded by the Cunninghams, and that Tiger 2 is going to fall very, very quickly from the Cunningham tanks. Kill Panic, the only tank left alive now on the side of Simple Tankers, and the Cunninghams, ladies and gentlemen, have won. They will be your third place team, taking home $8,000.
They definitely deserve it. Dominating performance over their opponents, Simple Tankers. Of course, they finished 4th place. Still an impressive feat. 4th place earns you $4,000. And again, a repeat from Simple Tankers. They deserve a round of applause. Give it up for these guys.
Simple Tankers, the team that surprised us all from Season 1 in their engagement against Fulcrum Gaming, taking it to game number 7. And so far, one of the closest series in the Season 2 finals was Simple Tankers versus Pubstars in an unprecedented 2 shootout match. But now they are done. They're going to go home in 4th place. The Cunninghams performing very well. In Season 1, they had to get past Fulcrum Gaming in the first match that they had in the round of 8. They couldn't do it. But they were able to defeat their first opponents, and in the semifinals did fall, but now will be placed in 3rd. Congratulations once again to them. Randall, these teams are going to continue in Season 3. What do they do from here to prepare for the next season?
Cunninghams are on the right track. I really like the way they've been playing. They just need to keep improving, keep practicing, and I think they're headed in the right direction. Simple Tankers looked a little shaky here in our at our live finals, and I'm not sure what's going on with that. Some weird tank choices, so they're experimenting, it looks like, and maybe next season they come back with a better understanding of the tanks they want, maybe figuring out how to use that Tiger 2 better on Himmelsdorf and on maps like Ruinberg.
Yeah, that Tiger 2 got locked down multiple times. My suggestion, Mournblade, stick to the Pershing.
I really like the Pershing play more than a Tiger 2 play.
You know what, guys? I'm going to disagree with you, though.
Okay.
I don't think Mournblade should stick to the Pershing because I think that's limiting them.
Oh.
Mournblade is always on the Pershing. Every single map, it doesn't matter. And yes, he has great play with that Pershing, but when it comes down to it, sometimes that's not the best tank for the map. You got to play what the position calls for, not for what you want to play.
Not for you want to play. Now we have the Cunninghams posing for a picture right behind us here, and Simple Tankers is leaving the stage. And there they are, ladies and gentlemen, your 3rd place team. Give it up one more time for the Cunninghams. Congratulations, gentlemen. We are now at the halftime show. And what that means is we're going to take a break, and we're going to get ready for a very special matchup. That matchup is going to be a death match between 14 of the players here. And as a preview right now, if these teams, if these players, these individual players, drop below 5 kilometers an hour, their tanks will be out of control.
The best direction is forward.
The best direction is forward. The only direction is going to be forward. So please stay with us. We're going to take our halftime break. When we return, the special death matchup, and after that, the finals for the Season 2 of WGLNA between Fulcrum Gaming and Simp. Stay tuned. You don't want to miss it.